Hello, everybody, and welcome to the September predictions with Astrology and Tarot with Sophie and I. We're super happy to be with all of you. Thank you for watching. And we're going to go through the 12 zodiac signs. But first, we're going to go through the general predictions, what's going on in the astrology. And September is a month of eclipses. This is eclipse season officially. So we're going to have an eclipse in the sign of Pisces and then in the sign of Virgo. So we're going to look at where this axis fall for your sign. And for sure, it's going to be a month of fated events. Eclipses always bring surprises, events coming out from left field, unexpected things, big life changes. This is where the universe steps into our lives to make sure that we are in the correct path. So I'm very excited for that. It's going to be very karmic. And also we have Saturn coming back into the sign of Pisces, the last dip in the sign of Pisces until February. So this is going to be very karmic, very destined. Fate is going to step into our lives in a very big way. And we're going to have the fall equinox. So Sophie, are you excited about September? How do you feel about that?
I think I will be excited when it's done.
So it's big life changes for you too.
Yeah. I'm already in the energy of the eclipse. I'm moving in like 3 days. And that was not really that much plan for the timing. So this is absolutely the eclipse talking. So I think that it's always exciting, the eclipse, because things are moving forward in the right direction, that we know it or not. It's always for the greatest good, but it's always like welcoming and accepting the change and trusting in the universe.
Yeah, definitely. I think you said it beautifully, because it is a lot about adapting, because obviously like we always have surprises, but also trusting the divine, trusting that whatever is coming up is for our highest good and for the next step of our soul's evolution. So just make sure your mic is activated. I'm not sure if this is your computer while I talk. Thank you. So we're going to talk. Okay, good. Yeah, and although it's going to really be a very pivotal moment for if you have a lot of placements in Virgo and Pisces, it's going to affect everybody, all the signs, in very different ways. So we're going to take a look at that in just a few minutes. But just before we do so, I wanted to share that we still have a week of this discount. So this is the launch discount for the workshop that I just put together. And the remaining classes, so the rest of the video classes, are going to drop this week, this Thursday. So there is already half of the workshop available. There is a lot more than I thought initially that I decided to add to this workshop, which is all about your life mission and the placement of your North Node and the South Node in your birth chart. So what kind of baggage, past life talents are you coming in with in this lifetime? And what is it that it's new for you and that the universe is presenting for you to experience in this lifetime connected to your life mission? So I know it's going to block a lot of people knowing about that. This is a very interesting topic. This is personally my favorite topic when we talk about birth chart and astrology, because I think just looking at the nodes, you can have like a full reading, and it's probably going to be like the most important stuff that is going to come out for someone. So you don't need a lot of astrology experience, barely any. You just only need to look at the placement of your nodes to be able to follow this workshop. And the discount code is ending on Sunday the 31st. So do make sure you take advantage of that. The code is Astro10, and the link to register is down below in the description box. Super affordable workshop. And I think it's going to give you a lot of very important pieces of the puzzle for eclipse season, which the nodes are super activating destiny and karma. So very excited about that. And just before we talk about important days, do make sure you like this video if you appreciate the love we pour into that, and do make sure you subscribe to our channel. It really helps us into creating more content like this one here on our YouTube channel, and also we are simulcasting on our Rumble channel. So thank you for all of you supporting the channel. We love you very much. Okay, so let's take a look at important dates, and then Sophie, I'll ask you to pull some cards for the general energies of September, which I think is going to be pretty intense. So let's look at it. So there's a lot, as you can see, a lot happening if we look at the astro calendar that I produce here. But of course, like the main important things are going to be these ones. So September 7th, September 21st are going to be our two eclipses. So they always come in pairs. And this time around, we're going to begin with a full moon, total lunar eclipse in the sign of Pisces. And then a second one that is going to be a bit more tricky. So this is going to be a new moon solar eclipse, a partial one in a sign of Virgo. And this is going to be the second new moon in a row in the same sign. So this is very unusual. So there's a lot of emphasis on the theme of Virgo, and the eclipses are in the Virgo Pisces axis. So there's a lot of emphasis on our life mission. So this is why I was pushed by the universe to put that workshop on here. And a lot about, we're going to be a lot, like, let's say, modifying the way that we work, the way that we do things, the way that we collaborate in order to do work projects. So a lot about our career, our work, our day-to-day lives, our schedule, our daily habits, and even our health is going to be, let's say, divinely guided to be modified by the universe. So this is what we're going to talk about here in this video. And of course, right after the second eclipse, we're going to have here in the northern hemisphere, the fall equinox. For you guys in the southern hemisphere is going to be the spring equinox. So this is where the night and the day are going to be at equal lengths. This is a very fun celebration. And yeah, lots of intense energies there. So let's talk about that. And before, let's pull cards, Sophie, shall we, for the general energies of the month.
Okay, let's see. We have the card of hope. So I think that it's very needed for this month. And it says authentic reclamation. It's time to call back all the lost part of yourself. And it's funny because you talk about the nodes, the mission. It is very linked with what our soul has been through in the past life and in your past in this current life. And it's very important for you to be able to honor what you have been through, so you are able to remind yourself of the fact that you went through so much and you survived it all. So you're going to be able to keep that faith in your future, to keep that hope in your future. And it is eclipse season, so things are moving, like I said, and you do need to keep that hope, keep that faith that it is still moving in the right direction. I'm going to take two cards of tarot for this month. We have the High Priestess. So a major arcana. So with those two cards, very passive energy, and it works very much in silence behind the scenes so far. So we can tell that this is a month that you may not have all of the answer. You may not know why certain things happened, or the timing, or why things are not moving when everything should be moving also for some of you, but things are actually moving in the background. And it talks about how your subconscious with the High Priestess and keeping your faith is so important. It's guiding the universe towards the path that you want to take. And the last card is the Three of Swords, because in the eclipse season, we do have sometimes things that are ending that we have to adjust and leave behind. And it's just a reminder to keep that faith, to keep that hope, even though certain things may be in the moment hurtful, it may be difficult. Keep that vision, because I'm saying that this is very, very positive, and I'm seeing that this is going to be a work of the subconscious. So you are able to navigate this month the best, and you are able to direct the energy of your future into the future you really want and the path you really want, even though certain things may feel in the moment not as good as you would like them to be. For certain people, not everybody. It may be asking you to adjust. It may be asking you to let go, like I said, but keep your vision.
And that makes so much sense, Sophie, because the first one is a lunar eclipse in the sign of Pisces, which is all about like endings, karmic endings. A lot of karma is going to be dissolved. So I think it's going to be in the end very positive, but it also means that on the 3D, we might experience some, let's say, 3D losses of the end of an experience, of anything concrete. And then the second one is a new moon eclipse in the sign of Virgo with the South Node. So meaning that, yes, in order to open up a brand new chapter, we need to let go of something or make a sacrifice. So and I love the card of the High Priestess, which is like, you're not going to understand like the big plan, the big universal plan just yet, but trust in the universe because the universe has your back, basically. Yeah. Wow. Okay. So we're stepping into very, very intense energies for the month of September. And I think this video is going to help all of us in navigating the energy in the best way possible, with hope, love, and divine protection. Okay, I just wanted to share with you guys, if you'd like to book a consultation with the amazing Oracle Sophie, this is your chance to do it. She's going to be very busy soon, so she's going to open just select, let's say, what's the word? Time slots. And if you'd like to have some guidance for this very intense eclipse season, this is usually a very busy time where a lot of people are wanting to get some direction, and it's probably like the best time for me to really understand what's going on if you'd like to get a consultation. So the link will be down below if you'd like to book with Sophie. We have the pre-records, which is Sophie creating your own private video, answering your questions for a 30-minute. And also we have the 1-hour live appointments, and do make sure you use Jupiter as your discount code to get 10% off. So the link will be down below. I'm having a struggle with my words today. And just before we dive into the 12 zodiac signs, we have a giveaway for one lucky winner on the community, on the Maison Jupiter Community. And this lucky winner this time around is going to win this workshop. So it's going to be very timely for eclipse season. So the winner for our community, who is celebrating their birthday during the month of September, is Christine Mantic. So very happy birthday and happy solar return to you, Christine, and thank you for being here. She says, hi, my birthday is September 17. I would like to manifest an abundance of time and wealth to accomplish my soul's purpose. Thank you so much. So we are sending you so much love, Christine, and send me a little message either on the community or by email, and I'll make sure we give you this beautiful workshop as part of your library on the Academy. Awesome. Sophie, are we ready to go?
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. So, okay, let's start here with our first one, which is Aries. Okay, so Aries. Okay, this is going to be a very important eclipse season, a very important month, and for everybody, but also especially for Aries, because you have Neptune, which entered your sign recently, and Neptune is going to be very important with both eclipses. So it starts with a full moon, total lunar eclipse in a sign of Pisces, meaning in your 12th house. So there is a lot of energies about endings for this first eclipse, especially for Aries. And the ruler of Pisces, Neptune, is in your sign Aries. So there's going to be a lot of karmic influence around things that you need to close, chapters you need to close, lessons, karmic lessons you need to understand at this point. And there is an important message for Aries to take responsibility for something that was previously in your blind side. So it's going to make you aware of a lot of things that you didn't see before, because Neptune and Pisces are secrets or things of our unconscious. And now it's going to be brought to the light by this eclipse. And it's going to be a very big ending of a karmic lesson or a karmic experience that maybe you keep reliving in from decade to decade, or from past lifetimes to this lifetime. And now it's time to really be conscious of it, first of all, and then to release it. So the universe will be asking you to finalize something and bring divine balance to something. Because Pisces is the sign of getting back to oneness, to divine justice, to rebalancing the past life karma. And also Pisces can deal with addiction. It can deal with trying to escape reality in some form, which is also a form of addiction. So there is an opportunity for you, Aries, to end an addiction or a form of escapism of your reality, to really take responsibility for something, which is going to be a big theme because Saturn is going back into Pisces for one last dip for the month of September until next year for 5 months. So there is this form of like needing to step out of I knew I was going to mess up this word. Disillusionment. Yes, disillusionment. So and we're all guilty of that in some shape or form, but there will be some form of illusion that takes an end for you around this eclipse season. So something was not exactly rooted in reality, and now you have a chance to really set things right, to look at reality for what it is, and to make conscious choices in relation to that. So there is this idea of karmic justice, bringing karmic justice to your life, forgiving people, circumstances, situation. There is a lot of energy for healing, Aries, especially for you with your 12th house. And with healing and forgiveness also comes letting go of some things that no longer resonate. So there is the end definitely of an old chapter of that can be karmic relationship, karmic lessons to move forward with the next step of your life mission, because Pisces is also very connected with that. It's how you can serve with the best of your ability, with your talents for the collective. And on the second eclipse, which is going to happen on the 21st of September, so 2 weeks later, we're going to have a new moon solar eclipse in Virgo, and that's going to be in your 6th house of work, of service, again, of health. So for many Aries, there could be a new beginning with work that requires you that you let go of the current one. So there is this form of like sacrifice that we're all going to need to do by opening up a new chapter, which is all about this eclipse. You need to also release the past or an old experience. It might be changing the way you operate at work, changing work projects. Maybe you need to move on from one way of tackling work projects to a new one. But there is likely like a big change that will come from the outside because this eclipse will be opposed by Saturn and Neptune. So there is going to be like outside factors that really, really affect you and your plans and your work projects and your day-to-day scheduling that will affect you. So there could be an ending of some collaborations, and there could be also new ones. So whatever chapter is closing around this eclipse, just take note that it's for your highest good, because there's going to be something else opening up a lot more positive and a lot more aligned with your north node that's in the sky. So there could be also the end of a habit to replace it with better one, because we're also talking about health with this house. And if something comes up regarding a health imbalance or health issues, if it's the case, it's because it requires you to change your daily habits. There's something on a day-to-day basis that the universe is really wanting you to focus on. So it's very much possible with this opposition to Saturn that you have like extra work, extra responsibilities at work at this time. There could be challenges, obstacles with Saturn that could be involving work colleagues, employees even, because we're talking about the 6th house. And it's going to require you to need to change your career plans and strategies possibly. So this eclipse is bringing divine balance to your life, maybe through chaos for a very temporary period, maybe with a shock or something unexpected, but in the end game, it's going to make things a lot better and rebalance your energy, your past karma, and all of that stuff. So let's look at the card, Sophie, for Aries for the month of September.
Okay, let's see what we have for Aries. We have Embrace by Love. And let's see what it says. Let love reach where it has never reached before. Okay, so let's see 2 tarot cards for you. For the month of September, we have the Sun. And we have 4 of Cups. I keep seeing with those 3 cards that for Aries, the change that is happening is being conscious of where we have stopped growing, being conscious of where we have stopped growing, evolving, and questioning how can we make it better, how can we be more happy. And there is this stuckness in the routine, which is Virgo. There is this stuckness in the routine, especially with this Four of Cups, and the sun is there to just bring a new fresh start and this clarity on how can we do it. It could be through your career, it can be through your life mission, it can be through your day-to-day, something that you have stopped asking yourself, am I happy in this, is suddenly going to come, and you're going to be able to see, oh, that's where I can change. That's where I can bring something exciting and new and refreshing. So yes, it can come with letting go, because it will require you to question and to change, but it's basically embraced by love. And again, I will read that: let love reach where it has never reached before. So there could be a new access to your heart chakra, a new way to be happy, a new partnership that you didn't think would be coming into your life at this point, and bring you that kind of feeling of excitement, motivation, and joy. So I really like this for you guys. Of course, it can come with a lot of self-judgment. And with the eclipse, it's not something that you could have blocked or that you could have prevented. It's really the way of the universe and the destiny of saying, nope, this has to go, this has to change. So just embrace it.
I love that, because, you know, like Aries are known to be people that don't really love routine for a long time, to do the same thing over and over again. So it's like if they get stuck in one way of doing work, for example, because like it's been functioning before, now it's like the universe is like, no, you need to infuse your life with more inspiration, love, change. And I feel like it's going to be very positive, especially for Aries, because you guys need some regular changes in your routine.
Yeah.
So getting unstuck. I love that. Okay, so if you'd like to book with Sophie, do make sure you use the code Jupiter. It'll give you 10% off your next reading. The link will be down below. Thank you, Aries. Sending you so much love. Have a wonderful month of September and eclipse season. Let's go to our second one, which is going to be Taurus. So this is going to be for Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Rising. So Taurus, let's talk about you. So there's going to be a month, of course, full of eclipses. The first one is on September 7th. It's going to be a full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces, and that will activate your 11th house of friendships, social events, social groups, and big life goals. So it's kind of interesting this time around, because we have a full moon, so an ending in the last sign of the zodiac, but it's also connected to the North Node, which means that it opens up a new door for your future life mission as well. So for Taurus, I see an end of a social phase of maybe a friendship, even because it's the 11th house, or there could be a completion of a project involving the 11th house. So networking, online project, social media project. So any kind of project that requires like a lot of people or new technology or networking. So there could be a completion of that kind of stuff, or it could be the end of a certain project involving that. There is also an end of an important karmic lesson for Tauruses also regarding fairness, 11th house, social justice, friendship, collaboration with other people, the sense of being part of a community, the sense of belonging. So there is a big karmic lesson coming up to a close for you to understand. Of course, having Saturn go back to your 11th house for the next 5 months. So this is going to be the last dip of Saturn into your 11th house in the sign of Pisces. So there is a lot to understand about that. And this eclipse is part of this awakening in order to let you understand what is maybe not well balanced for the time being, with you involving your community or other people that you consider your soul tribe or your networks. Some Tauruses could benefit greatly from this eclipse, especially if you have done some serious work on yourself before, especially since the last eclipse we had in Pisces in September of last year. If you have rebalanced the karmic balance regarding helping others, being fair to everyone, which is 11th house, maybe even doing charity, giving your time, your energy away to help causes, people, being in service in some form to the universe or other people, there could be like a lot of beautiful karmic rewards for you guys, because the 11th house is the house of gains by the people we know, the networks that we're building, but also like the good actions that we put towards greater causes. So if that's the case, you could get more attention. If you are on social media, you could get more fans, followers, have more influence. And I feel like you're going to feel very inspired to create, and you could also reap the rewards of past creative projects. So that could be very positive. And then the second one is going to be a little bit more tricky in 2 weeks, because on September 27, no, not 27, 21st, we have a new moon solar eclipse in Virgo, and that's going to activate your 5th house, so the opposing house from the other eclipse. And this one is going to oppose directly Saturn. So it's going to be a little bit more challenging for everybody. But for Tauruses, there could be like a big sense of being reborn with our sense of identity, with our sense of authenticity, and to really be attracted to more people, things, situations that are more in line with your new sense of authenticity, and not being able to maybe, let's say, be patient so much with other situations that are really do not feel aligned with that sense of authenticity. So not having patience, again, with things that do not feel real or true. Also, the 5th house is a very creative house, so it's a really good eclipse to start something new. The universe is going to push you to be more creative, to create something, to use your talents, your special gifts in order to be opening up a new phase of your creative life. And you are ready to use your talents in a new way in order to serve the next part of your mission, Tauruses. So this is going to be exciting. But in order to do so, because we have the South Node also there, you need to let go of something that prevents you from shining your light at its maximum. So there is something that no longer resonates, that maybe you've outgrown, a circumstance that doesn't allow you to be fully creative, to fully express your unicity, that needs to be let go of. For some, because it's the 5th house, I'm just going to mention almost everything. So it could be the end of a romance or a fun experience, a loving experience. For others, it could be a phase that is ending with children, like a specific situation. Maybe your children are growing up and they're, let's say, changing school, or they're going from elementary to secondary, just an example. But there is something that is ending with children, but at the same time, we're opening up a new phase, but we need to let go of what used to be of the past. Also, if you do have a business, that's also the 5th house, something will likely change in your business. It could be that your clientele is changing. There could be outside obstacles, challenges as well with work, or needing to take on extra work, responsibilities for a time because of Saturn. And also your long-term goals or maybe retirement plans are likely going to change around this eclipse and after this eclipse, because you have like a total shift of what you align with, moving on with things that you're going to be attracted to that feel more authentic, being also connected to soul tribe members, to people that fully resonate with you. So this is going to be a very important month for Tauruses to tweak all of those things, people around you, social events, social media, but also like to get back in touch with your sense of creativity. So let's look at cards for Tauruses for the month of September.
I feel it's a big move of like everything that is an input for them.
Yeah.
Like their inspiration, their energy around them, their friendship,
Definitely. But, well, it's a mix, because the 5th house is also, it's what you create, because you're really in touch with your inner child. You're really in touch with your true sense of self. So because like, let's say you make changes in order to align better with that, your environment also changes. So it's like a mix of both. Yeah.
Yeah. So you have this beautiful card of amethyst, and let's see what it says. It says, metamorphosis, you are the vortex of deep transformation. Surrender to the process that's unfolding. Okay.
Wow.
And we have a butterfly right there. I know it's very, very small, but we have a butterfly right in the middle. So you are in deep transformation. And yeah, you're right. It starts with them. You are changing, so the world around you is evolving and changing. So let's see 2 tarot cards for you guys. We have the Magician, Major Arcana, and it's the power right there in your hands. And we have the 7 of Wands. So I feel like this is the month where a lot of you are going to push past certain limits that you put yourself in the past. I think that you're fully going to explore either your inspiration or your past or relationship. I feel you're really going to go farther away into really experiences to fully let go of the fear in something and seeing what is on the other side of fear, seeing when you invest fully, when you see it to the end, what is happening with it. So I think that for some of you, you're going to say yes to project to see what is happening with this. We're going to give a chance to people. And yes, I know we may have also endings like Julie mentioned, but it can come from seeing the end, seeing, okay, when I really invest in it, what is coming as a result? And you're saying, oh, this is not for me. So it's really pushing past a limit that you put yourself. And this is going to create space around you and really being able to see, I'm fully present in this moment. I'm fully invested in this moment. What is changing? What is evolving because of it? You're not going to tiptoe around something. You're not going to walk on eggshell. You're not going to live your life half. You're really going to deep fully into the experience and see what is for you and what isn't, with the true answer of what is happening in front of you. So maybe that's a sign to have an amethyst on you for this month, to recharge you and to embrace the transformation. Because I think that you're going to be extremely courageous and you're just going to stop with a what if and you're going to really go for it this month.
I love that. That's a beautiful axis to have eclipses, and I feel like it's going to re-spark. I love the creativity, and we have also the Magician card, which to me it's like endless possibilities of creation. I love that. Thank you so much, Tauruses, for being here. If you'd like to book with Sophie, the link will be down below. Do make sure you enter Jupiter as your discount code to get 10% off. And we are wishing you so many beautiful things, the most beautiful life changes ever for you. So have a beautiful month of September and a beautiful eclipse season. All right, now let's talk about Gemini. So for Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Okay, important eclipse season for you, Gemini, because it's going to activate 2 of your angular houses in your birth chart in astrology. So we're going to talk a lot about your personal life versus your professional life, because this is where the eclipses are going to be. So it starts on September 7th with a full moon total lunar eclipse in the sign of Pisces in your 10th house of career, life mission, public life, of your status. So it's a very important eclipse. And for people still, let's say, working, it's going to be an important chapter in your career. Also, if you're not working anymore, it's going to be also probably the end of a particular part of your life mission and the universe getting ready to redirect you to the next part. But first, with this lunar eclipse in Pisces, we're going to talk a lot about letting go of stuff, because it's the last zodiac sign of the 12 signs. And also, this is a total lunar eclipse, so we're ending a phase. But it's with the North Node, so this ending is coming because you're ready to outgrow this particular experience. So there could also be like a culmination of some kind. So if you're still working, you're going to be ready to let go of a professional phase of your life to step into a brand new role, professionally speaking. You could also be reaping the rewards of past action when it comes to professional projects, with career, with public life, with status, with reputation, which is also the 10th house. A lot of people could be changing their public status around this time. So how people view them publicly, it could be also related to your relationship status that is changing, but it could also be like you're adding a new title to your role or a new way that people see you professionally, publicly. Also, there is going to be a beautiful aspect with Jupiter that's in your second house of finances. So for Gemini, I feel like this one is going to be very positive. There could be also an opportunity to gain more money or to become more influential in some kind of way with the 10th house and the second house. For a lot of Gemini, it can mean a promotion or an opportunity to be more independent professionally, so entrepreneurial opportunity of any kind. You could also start seeing more material rewards from the hard work that you put in since, especially the last eclipse in Pisces in your 10th house in September of 2024. So see what was happening since then. But if you've put a lot of work there, it's possible that you are reaping the rewards at this time of this eclipse. And I feel like a lot of Gemini are going to be working on connecting their career and their life mission with more of their spirituality, their true spiritual beliefs. Maybe more of your intuition, your creativity, your artistic sense, which are all Pisces. I feel like you guys are going to have to infuse that into more of your life mission or your career. And I can also see some even becoming teachers, mentors, or that aspect of their jobs taking a more prominent role. And then 2 weeks later, we're going to have another eclipse, but this time around in the opposing house. So for you, Gemini is going to be your 4th house of home and family. So Gemini, there's going to be lots of action in September for you. Even maybe change of circumstances at home that allow for a fresh start, because it is a new moon. So we're opening up a brand new phase of our lives, but we're also having the South Node there, which is kind of this energy that, yes, but in order to have a new chapter at home or family, but we also need to let go of something that is held in past energy. So we need to let go of an old circumstance, maybe to make room for newness around home, family, or personal life in general. I feel like many Gemini will likely change home because the South Node is there and it's a new moon, so opening up a new cycle. For others, it could be something completely different, like let's say you're ending a work that allowed you to work from home and now you have to go to the office or to a different location, or having to move because you're changing jobs, because it's in the sign of Virgo. So it will be connected for a lot of people with work and a routine. It can also be changing your routine at home. Maybe you're changing how you're taking care of the home. Maybe you're hiring help to take care of the home. You're letting go of some burdens, maybe that go with the home with the South Node. Maybe you're letting go of a lot of, let's say, stuff in the house that doesn't allow for new energy to infuse your home. But because it's opposing to Saturn and Neptune, this eclipse will be a little bit more dense in terms of energy. So you might also experience limitation in your public life and career. Maybe you have more responsibilities there, you have more work suddenly, so you have less time to really focus on your personal life, on home, on family. And probably that it's going to lead to a new routine at home for you guys. And also you're going to need to let go of an old routine, maybe with family, with home. And letting go also of old baggage with the family, doing a lot of healing. It's very possible at this time. And I feel like the end goal of all those changes for you, Gemini, is going to start fresh with more balance and harmony overall, especially with your personal life versus professional life. So let's look at the cards for our beautiful Gemini for the month of September.
I love that for Geminis. This is so important when we have a good balance at home.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Oh my God. Can you pronounce that?
I don't think so. Building the bridge.
Okay. Yeah. Building the bridge. A beautiful card of this energy around the head of finding solution. I feel this is what is speaking to me of like just finding solution outside of the box and just suddenly having all of the positivity coming into your mind. And instead of having this negativity, we are suddenly having breakthroughs and finding outside of the box solution, like I said, and having positivity. So the card is saying building the bridge. It says your role is to create connection between heaven, earth, and all hearts. So yes, a lot more of positivity in this month. I feel like it's going to be coming from you. You're going to just feel a lot of love suddenly coming from you, and you want to put that, infuse that in everything around you and everyone around you this month. We have the 7 of Cups and we have the 6 of Cups. So yes, a lot of love, a lot of positivity, and a 10 of Cups underneath the deck.
Wow.
So beautiful, beautiful energy this month. I really feel that for your career, you're going to suddenly have maybe new options, new ways of doing your task, new solution. If you are a manager, you're going to organize your team better. You're going to have just quick thinking, all the resources that you need. Same thing at home. And I feel that there is a lot of free will involved for you guys, even though it's eclipse season. There is a lot of free will involved because this is the card of a world of possibility that is in front of you. So in this month, I have absolutely no concern for you, Geminis, because it is a month of everything is going to feel, I feel lighter. I know you said Saturn. I know we have those heavy aspects, but I'm feeling that for you, it's going to be okay, what option do I choose? Which way do I go? Excitement, more the childlike energy, more of the curiosity. And your job is to stay in that frequency, and your job is to enjoy it, because so much of the month is going to be for other signs, more of the heaviness. But for you, I'm seeing finally getting out of this vortex of maybe negative thinking or worry and getting in, okay, there's tons of ways, there's tons of resources suddenly. So embrace it and don't lose it. Losing it would be that you go back to negativity, which you're not going to do this month. And I feel like at home, it's just easier. The relationships are just easier. So because you are positive, because suddenly you are changing this aspect, I think you have a lot of support also from your guides in this month. I think you have a lot of support from your past loved ones. So embrace it. That's the message for this month.
Wow, I love that. And also we know that Gemini are very creative. They're used to having like lots of different downloads and are generally very inspired. So I love the first card that you pull for them, especially for the month of eclipses, of finding like let's say intuitive solutions. And Uranus is in your sign, Gemini, so you have the power of download to connect with your guides, and you have like, you're gonna have just the perfect message at the perfect time. So yeah. I love that for you guys. Do make sure you like if you did enjoy the content, of course, and we wish you the most beautiful month ever, the most beautiful eclipse season full of revelations and positive shifts. So let's look at our next one, which is going to be Cancer for Sun, Moon, or Rising in the sign of Cancer. What a month. So for Cancer, I feel like it's going to be a lot more positive than other signs. So let's see. I'm not saying that it's a bad month, not at all, but especially the first eclipse is a beautiful one for you guys. So it's going to happen on September 7th. We're going to have a full moon total lunar eclipse in the sign of Pisces in your 9th house of protection, divine guidance. So this is a beautiful house to have this eclipse, and very spiritual in nature. And also it's making a beautiful trine to Jupiter. That's in your sign in Cancer. So this is why you're the God's favorite for this eclipse. You're going to be very protected, and you're going to have lots of opportunities also coming to you. And because also your planet is the moon in astrology, and this is a lunar eclipse, you're going to feel this one a lot more powerfully. And it's going to be a very beautiful one. So expect divine luck, divine blessings, lucky opportunities coming to you. I feel like although it is a lunar eclipse, so this is an ending of some sort. This is the last zodiac sign. Also, Pisces also puts this emphasis again on this idea of ending. But I feel like it's for you, Cancers, it's like the completion of a big learning experience in the ninth house that really allows you to expand your consciousness and be like, oh my God, like I went through that experience, that experience, in order to really see like the big perspective of what you just have been going through. And because of that understanding, like you're moving on to a next level of your spiritual journey. So your guides are going to be sending you very important messages all throughout September, all throughout this eclipse, but especially close to September 7th. A lot of activation. So we've seen, Sophie and I, in the cards that there was going to be a big frequency shift after or before and after the eclipses. So you're going to get a lot of those activations. And you are ready to upgrade to your experience and have a new chapter of your life mission with all those activations, and especially Jupiter in your sign. So Neptune, Saturn are on near your midheaven at the time. So it's time to take new responsibilities, becoming more out there in the world, take a more prominent role, maybe with what you came here to do in this lifetime. Have a leadership role for some even. And also, I feel like for Cancers, it's time to make your dreams a reality with that energy of Neptune and Saturn together. So it's time to really build it in the 3D world where you've always dreamed of. It's attainable now for you. Also, because we're talking about the ninth house, it's a really good time to be around this eclipse, to be letting go of past limiting beliefs, of what maybe you could achieve or what you thought you couldn't achieve. So all of those, it's time to really look at them and be like, I release that because I allow a more beautiful future that I've ever dreamed of. So it's time to really be letting go of that. And I feel like a lot of you Cancers are going to have a new teacher, coach role that's starting around these eclipses. So mentor other people, help other people in any kind of way. And you're going to be helped by the divine as well to fulfill that role. Some are going to be completing a teaching experience, and I feel like it's a perfect eclipse to be rewarded for good past actions of service, of helping other people. So beautiful eclipse there. And then 2 weeks later, on the 21st of September, there's going to be a new moon solar eclipse in the opposing sign of Virgo. So that's going to activate your third house, Cancers. I feel like it's going to manifest a lot of changes in your everyday life, because the third house is like how we use our phone, how we talk to people, our schedule, our plans. It's like the daily stuff, the daily communication, the daily business. So it will be time around this eclipse to let go of old habits, old ways of communicating, old ways of maybe sending text messages, old ways of making plans. So there's going to be something around the realm of mental thoughts, of daily communication, of how you use your voice, how you write, how you schedule, that will need to open up some space for something else, for newness. Also, it's time to make room for a new way to think and communicate, make room for new thinking patterns. Maybe you were very limited just the way that you speak to yourself on a day-to-day basis. Maybe you were very limited because you were very stressed, and you kept like all of those sentences about like, oh, I'm never going to be able to do it, or you were stressed with time in order to do everything in your day. But this has to change now. There is something around anxiety, stress, around mental thoughts that you're ready to outgrow. You're ready to let it behind you, to open up a new phase that is a lot more positive and a lot more serving you. So because this eclipse, the second one, is going to be opposed by Saturn, so it's going to be a lot a little bit more challenging, let's just say. So you might be challenged rather by old limiting beliefs that affect your manifestation process. So they might be creeping back around this eclipse for you to take notice of them and to be like, no, these are not part of my reality now. I'm ready to release those. Also, you might be ready to make new plans. Some people that have been wanting to make travel plans will likely let go of old plans and make new ones. There could also be new friendships, new social circumstances, but whatever new is coming at the second eclipse, it's because you also have to let go of something old, an old way of doing things, a frequency that no longer resonates with what you're trying to manifest in your life. Also, some could start a new course because the third house is all about learning and adding value to your toolbox. So whatever you're starting to learn around this time will really catapult you into the next level of your soul's evolution. So let's look at the cards for the month of September.
Okay, let's see what we have. Your card is the card of hope. Okay. So you do have the card of the month. It says authentic reclamation. It's time to call back all of the lost part of you. Yes. Let's see with the tarot card before I say too much, but I so feel that for you guys. So let's see. We have the 9 of Wands and we have the 8 of Wands. Okay, you have a lot of Wands. Yeah, I feel that with this card of hope, you are finally putting things in motion. And yes, you can find that your blockages were either mental or communication oriented, the people you surround yourself with. I feel like you are finally getting outside. We can see here, we have a card of exhaustion and we have a wall behind, but right there we have movement. Now it's flowing and now it's quick. Every time that you felt block in an aspect of your life, I feel like you have lost the hope, and now this is coming back around because we have finally put the finger on something that was blocking you. Again, with what Julie said, it could be about your own thoughts. Maybe you are in your mind creating some spiraling down with your thoughts. So it's very important that you are looking into it. Do I speak to myself with kindness? Do I speak to myself with joy? Am I optimistic, or am I always bringing myself down? Am I always a big critic to myself? Am I negative? Do I communicate that with others? So there is something with the communication that created a blockage in your life, and this is finally going away, and that brings back the hope in your life. So with the eclipses, I really want you to embrace that change. And what is going to be really helpful for this month for Cancer is to let go of ego. The past is the past. If something was something that you did wrong, that would be your fault technically, just let go. It's not about whose fault it is. It's not about to admit that we were wrong. It is about moving on, and it is about freeing yourself from that the energy that was really blocking you, because ultimately we want you to be living your best life, and we want you to be moving forward with what is meant for you.
Definitely. Such a beautiful message for our beautiful Cancers. I hope you guys resonate. And if you do make sure you hit the like button. This really helps us into creating those monthly videos for you guys. So sending you so much love. Have a beautiful eclipse season and a beautiful month of September. Let's go to our next one, which is going to be Leo. So for Leo, sun, moon, or rising. Okay, Leos. First of all, we're going to have a very intense month of September. Let's look at the first eclipse, which is going to be on September 7th. So be ready for transformations, or maybe the end of some big transformation lessons, because this is going to be a full moon total lunar eclipse in Pisces in your 8th house of death and rebirth and transformation. So there is a lot of emphasis on the theme of let's say death and rebirth. of needing to let go of something in order to have a brand new start, to really change, transform, transmute something. And a lunar eclipse, it's a full moon, so we're completing a huge cycle. And the sign of Pisces is the last of the 12 zodiac signs. So, and the sign of the house, the eighth house rather, is a house of transformation, of deep, deep, deep seated transformation. So I think this is a really positive thing, that all those things are happening in your eighth house, because it's going to allow for you a lot of, let's say, not fast healing, but sudden healing, I want to say, because eclipses are very sudden and fated events that usually come out of left field. And we're like, oh, I wasn't expecting that. But when it comes to long lasting karma and going around loops with our, let's say, lessons around this incarnation, like, it's good to be at some point closing out a chapter and being able to up level to the next lesson. So I think there's going to be lots of healing available for Leos. And I feel like it's going to be a really good portal of opportunity to finally close out an experience that's rooted in the past or even past lives with all of this energy for Leos. And you're going to be able to receive like all the support from the universe in order to really close out this this phase where maybe something felt unjust or imbalance in your life. The eighth house also talks about this power imbalance at some point. So it's really, really a good time to be closing out and understanding, first of all, why those experiences were happening. So if you felt like, um, let's say learning experiences, karmic partners were happening around the same themes for you to take notice of them, it's time to really be like, okay, universe, I got it. Thank you so much. And now we're ready for the next, the next part of our soul's evolution. And also, I think like it's a beautiful eclipse to be receiving help and also divine justice from the universe, especially because it's making a beautiful trine to Jupiter in your 12th house. So it's like hidden help, help from the other realms. So if you have people on the other side that are part of your team or guides, or it's really time to be calling them for help. And I think you're going to receive a lot of those spiritual blessings. Also, there might be also experiences or lessons that you've received around managing your energy, managing your finances, honoring your boundaries, which is probably a big one here with Pisces. And also coming on September 1st, all through February end of next year, we have Saturn making a last dip retrograding into the sign of Pisces. So retrograding into your 8th house. So for one last time, making sure we really grasp the idea of this karmic lesson. And this eclipse is going to play a big role in that understanding. So it's a really good time for divine justice, divine rebalancing. So anything you could do to help that divine rebalancing is going to be amazing. Also, it could be, if you do have a partner in your life, it could be about their finances or their life, because the 8th house also can talk about your partner's resources. And you are ready to release a big karmic lesson at this time. It could also be a karmic partner, karmic relationship. Doesn't need to be romantic. And this eclipse will make space and make room in your life to allow for more alignment, for more divine balance with what you give, what you take, which is the 8th house and the 2nd house. So you have a lot of divine protection and help, Jupiter in the 12th house. And the next eclipse is going to be the one where I feel it's going to be the most important, because it's going to be a solar eclipse, and Leos are ruled by the sun. So this one is going to prepare you to close out some chapters, release something release some experiences that no longer will be part of your next chapter of life. And also emotions, because we're talking about Pisces. So there could be a lot of stuck emotions that you're releasing at this time, or you're just letting them flow with the water trine that we're having here. So I feel like Leos are going to reach a new level of well-being after this big release with this eclipse. And then 2 weeks later, we have a new moon solar eclipse in Virgo in your 2nd house on the 21st of September. So at this time, it's going to be in your second house of finances. Yes. So, and it's with the South node. So something is opening up, a new experience, maybe a new investment, a new way to strategize about money, finances, time, energy, money. But it's requiring of you that you also let go of an old way of doing things. So there is also the need to let go of an old form, maybe of material security, to make room for a new one. So the universe is really wanting to infuse your life with something new regarding money or your resources. But in order to do so, to open up this brand new chapter, you really need to let go of something. So there could be an old revenue that suddenly you learn that you're losing, because know that anything that's leaving your life or your experience at this time, it's because you're making room for something even more aligned, that the universe really wants to serve you on a silver platter. Also, your financial situation might transform due to outside circumstances. We do have an opposition to Saturn in your 8th house, or due to also money that is connected to other people. Your financial situation will likely change, maybe more positive, maybe not. We'll see. The eclipse always bring unexpected things. But also you could also have karmic rewards in terms of financial gains, in terms of even inheritance. And we have Saturn retrograde again, moving into your 8th house again for one last time. So it's all about past karma. It's all about rebalancing everything regarding money, regarding other people's money. If you've been owed money in the next 5 months, for sure you're going to have something being rebalanced. And there's going to be something unexpected that changes your financial situation around this time. So you will need to strategize differently with money and let go of old ways. Make room for new forms of abundance, new forms of money, new forms of revenue. There could be this idea of taxes, mutual funds, mutual investment, people that have money connected with yours that will be taking a lot of importance around this eclipse. But the universe is rebalancing the scales. So also you could be starting a new project and needing to invest upfront. For some Leos, that could be the case. There could be a new investment that you need to make in order to start something new. And some Leos could also need a loan or a mortgage because you have a brand new project that you want to be manifesting into the world. So let's look at the cards for our amazing Leos.
Okay, let's see what we have for September for Leos. Well, we have the card of Leo, that's for sure. Wow. Let's see what it says. It says, sacred activist. Protect what is right and just. You just said that. Let love lead the way. So karmic justice for sure, because you know what is right. You know that you have been doing what was meant to be. And because of this, there is a karmic retribution. So let's get 2 more cards for you. We have the 8 of Swords reverse. And we have the Page of Wands. So getting out of a stuck place. It's almost like you finished a big test. You were cornered with this 8 of Swords. You were pushed to your limit. And what I'm seeing is that we do have a karmic retribution where you are getting outside of this stuck place and finally getting what is due to you. That could be that you were a recluse, you were without social life, and now you find friends. That could be that you had a hard time being recognized for your work, and now you are being recognized. You are going to be more visible. You are going to have to get out of the worry. And I feel like with the 8 of Swords, that is there for you. I feel like in the past you may have looked and looked mentally for solutions just to know that it was meant to be. You were meant to be in that space for a while the universe was testing you and tested your courage, your strength, and your resilience. And now we do have this out. We have this door that is finally open, and you can have a karmic retribution.
Woo! I'm breathing better now. Thank you so much, Sophie. As a Leo rising, I'm very happy with this reading. So if, like me, you felt like it's time for an unblocking of some kind, you have it here, Leo. So do make sure you like this video if you appreciated what we've delivered. And we wish you the most beautiful eclipse season ever, Leos, the beautiful karmic rewards that you deserve, and the most beautiful energies coming your way. Virgos for Virgo season. So first of all, a very happy solar return to all our beautiful Virgo suns celebrating their birthday during the month of September. We will very soon, Sophie, celebrate our birthdays.
Yes, so happy birthday.
Happy birthday in advance to you too. Happy solar return. So this is a very interesting Virgo season because I did want to take a little break, a vacation, which is usually what I do because it's usually time with Labor Day weekend for your birthday, my birthday. So I wanted to maybe travel, do a little something special. But the universe was like, nope, you're going to be working this year. So you do. So maybe a little less fun, but we're right in the middle of eclipse season. So for sure, there is going to be really important things that need our attention. So let's start with the astrology Virgos. So on September 7th, there is a full moon, total lunar eclipse in the sign of Pisces. So because it's your opposing sign, that means it talks about your 7th house of relationships and partnerships. So this is going to be such a pivotal month for Virgos because we're having 2 eclipses in your axis of signs. So this is going to really highly activate your house of partnership relationship, but also your house of self and personal projects and life direction in general. So there is going to be lots of changes, maybe unexpected events happening there regarding partnerships, regarding your general direction of life. Eclipses usually bring those kind of, let's say, surprises from the universe. So the first one on September 7 is going to be a very pivotal eclipse in regards to partnerships and relationships. So there is this idea of closing out a chapter, of ending one karmic experience or lessons around relationships and partnership, but also it's connected to the North Node, which means that you're now ready to up level in terms of new dynamic in your relationships, of divine partners, divine kind of counterparts. There is this idea of moving on to your destiny, your future, with closing out a certain experience. And I feel like it's going to be a very positive eclipse because it's also trining Jupiter in your 11th house of social events, of big dreams, of gains even. So there is a lot of support by Jupiter from this eclipse. And both houses talk about other people. So you're going to have lots of help, lots of people supporting you, friends, communities, partner, all of that stuff. So I feel like this is very supporting for Virgos. We're going to feel like a big pivot in energy around this eclipse. I feel like a lot of people, and especially Virgos, are going to be experiencing a liberation of past karma, especially regarding relationships. So you're going to have like a weight come off of your shoulders. In some very, let's say, rare cases, it could also be the end of a relationship. But if that's the case, I feel like you would already see it coming. It's like more of, if you feel something has been like on the downfall for a while, this eclipse could be just like, okay, yeah, it's the end. Okay, let's be conscious about it. But if not, I feel like it's more like a karmic pattern that you've held regarding relationships and partnerships that is leaving your life. And it could also be a relationship curse, so it could be a really good thing, Virgos. Yeah. So a lot of healing of past karma that allow for positive new experience regarding a committed partnership, because the 7th house is all about committed partnerships. So people that are really ready to invest in yourself as you are also ready to invest in themselves. So it's like an equal footing here. So it could be romantic relationships, business relationships, collaborations with other people, friendships. Some could also meet a new partner from past lives, or they could reconnect with someone, a partner, because Neptune is retrograde, Saturn is retrograde, and they are retrograding back into Pisces. So Saturn is, since September 1st, is back into Pisces until February of next year. So for the next 5 months, we're going to have a bit of past karma coming back for us to really, let's say, be aware of it, first of all, be mindful of it, and then learn the lesson and finally move on. So this eclipse is going to play a big role in that process, in letting go of past karma, letting go of past blockages regarding relationships even. And destiny will play a big role in this eclipse. So be ready to receive any blessings from the universe, to align you to a divine partner for the future if you are single. If you do work with clients, it could be very positive because the North Node is there. So it can mean also kind of switching up your clientele, but aligning with more divinely divinely aligned clients. And there are likely lots of lessons that you needed to learn around what it is to have a balanced relationship, or that you've already learned. So this eclipse is all about like closing out these experiences and being ready to fully open our hearts and our souls for a committed and divine harmonious partnership. Okay, and then the next eclipse of Virgos is going to be on September 21st, on the last day of Virgo season, in your first house. So this is going to be an important one, of course, for you. Virgos this year are undergoing a very profound transformation. So a brand new you is just about to be shown to the world, because you're talking about the first house. So you're really going through like a huge transformation process. Oftentimes, because we have the South Node there, this transformation requires some kind of sacrifice, or it could just require some form of letting go of the past, a past version of yourself, a past role that you used to play that is not fully aligned with your true self. It could be an old appearance, old attachments. And this eclipse will be opposed to Saturn. So there could likely be some tests by the universe, some challenges, some blockages coming from other people, because it's an opposition. Some Virgos, again, there is again this energy in the air of Virgos that could be separating, especially if you are born at the very end of Virgo season, around this eclipse, around the 21st. But again, that would be because it's already in the cards. So both eclipses could be, let's say, leading to a separation if that's already in the cards for you. And if not, I think like good karma could be coming back to you from other people. We still have like this very karmic energy into your house of partnership with Saturn retrograde there. And there is definitely a lesson about boundaries, about commitment, about discernment regarding relationships that is unraveling at the time of this eclipse. And that will end in 5-6 months. For people already in relationships, it could be tweaking of relationships, relationship terms, partnership terms, agreeing to committing even more, for example, or to do the work in order to really be fully invested in a relationship, or realigning with current relationships and partnerships. So this is what I have. Let's look at the cards, shall we, for Virgos?
Exciting. Yes, let's see Virgo for September. Beautiful card. Okay, so we have Charity.
We have the Virgo card, the service.
Oh my God, you're right. The panel of service. Serve with gracious heart and know God is serving you. Okay. So basically, the universe is serving you, and what you are putting in the world, you are being seen, you are being recognized. So it says, serve with a gracious heart and know God is serving you. So the universe is saying, I see what you're doing. I see what you have been doing in the past. Virgos, you are not forgotten, because we know that Virgo are, yes, of service, and they are trying to, they have a tough job of trying to make everything and everyone perfect, but nobody wants to hear it.
I agree.
Let's see 2 cards for this month for you guys. We have the Queen of Cups. So we see a lot of heart vibration for this month. And we have the Two of Wands. So I feel like what is happening is that you're going to take care of your private life, of your heart chakra. So that it is through a partner. So like Julie said, maybe there is going to have to be a realignment of your love life, new things, tweaking existing things, but it's all for you to feel like you are loved. So it's basically universe saying to you, you are taking care of so many things, but this time around, we are taking care of your heart as a reward. So if things are ending, if there is things that doesn't feel like it's what you wanted going on during the eclipse, just know universe knows that you deserve maybe more. I see so many light workers, and Virgos are probably top on that are of service within their private relationships too. And I always try to say to people, like, it's okay that you want to serve. It's okay that you want to be a light worker, but do it in an exchange. Do it in a job setting. Don't do it in your private life. You deserve also to have a private life. And your heart, as the Queen of Cups, and with this beautiful card with this beautiful rose, is just showing up as you deserve the love too. You deserve to be honored. You deserve to be cherished. You deserve to be taken care of also. So this is the month to put in place some type of honoring of your heart. Let the universe do it and be ready to receive. Don't resist the receiving, Virgos, because I know you love to give, but you need to receive.
I absolutely love that, Sophie, and I feel like it makes so much sense with the astrology because we have lots of energy in the 7th house. So it's like it's coming from the outside this time, and it's coming from like you. Yeah, of course you're doing some personal work. Of course you're trying to be perfect in whatever you do. You're trying to purify yourself and your environment as much as you can. But now the universe is going to be a helping hand in that process, even though it might manifest as something a little bit more chaotic in the beginning. But trust in the plan. I think it's going to be beautiful, and especially for Virgo. So a very happy solar return to you guys. Sending you so much love, dear fellow Virgos, and do make sure you like this video if you appreciated the content. Libra. So this is going to be for Libra, sun, moon, or rising. So Libras, we're going to talk about both eclipses. The first one is going to be on September 7th, and it's going to activate your 6th house of work and health, and that will be a full moon total lunar eclipse in your 6th house. So for a lot of Libras, I feel like work is going to be a very important topic, especially like completing a work phase or work project around the time of this eclipse. And I feel like even some Libras could be ready for a switch up in their work or their career. And just keep in mind that if something leaves your life now, it's because it will be replaced by a better opportunity, because we do have the North Node connected to this eclipse, and the North Node points to your future, your destiny, your like, let's say, your divinely orchestrated future. So it's really like the universe conspiring in order to put like all the best circumstances. And if it means like letting one job go in order to find like a better one, this could be the case for some Libras. And Jupiter right now is in your 10th house of career, and this eclipse is making a beautiful trine, so a beautiful supportive aspect to your Jupiter with your career. So I feel like a lot of Libras could have beautiful opportunities for a better work, a better position at work, a better role with your career, something more inspiring, something more fulfilling, even like a teaching role, a mentorship role, a coaching role, something along those lines might present itself for you guys. And also we're going to talk, I feel like, a lot about work for Libras because of that 6th, 10th house connection with day-to-day work, but also your career. If you don't work anymore, then it talks about your life mission. So there will be like a beautiful opportunities maybe to do, to help other people through what you know with Jupiter, to coach other people, to help other people, maybe to teach. or just to do some, let's say, service work regarding that. But also, because it's the 6th house, we can also talk about health for you guys, Libra. So if you do experience some kind of physical imbalance or purge symptoms or physical issues around the time of this eclipse on September 7th, there will be a culmination and probably an ending, because we're completing a phase with that lunar eclipse in Pisces. Yes, in your 6th house. And it's connected to the other eclipse, but for now, I feel like there's a lot of healing energy that could be surrounding your 6th house. And whatever comes up, it's because the universe wants you to focus on the underlying cause. With Pisces, there could be like an emotional cause, a cause in your unconscious, which is Pisces too. Also, I said emotional, a spiritual cause, even maybe some past lives traumas that could be connected to whatever comes up, if something comes up. And it's meant to bring some awareness to an imbalance, or also to habits, to correct it with daily habits, which is also the 6th house. So you really have to look at nutrition, your sleep cycles, your hydration, your lifestyle in general, healthy and unhealthy habits. So these are all the things that the universe is going to bring to your attention if there is something to tweak. And you are the sign of balance. So if the universe and your body are wanting to get your attention on like a habit that you need to change, this will be the time to do so. And especially with the day-to-day habits, which is the 6th house. So something you do on a daily basis to support this healing process, to support like getting more of your life force, of your balance back into the game. And you really want to open more space up to integrate more of what you're really supposed to do on a day-to-day basis in line with your mission, which is the goal of whatever is going to happen around this eclipse on September 7th for you. And again, some could be offered a new coaching role, a teaching role, which is connected with Jupiter in your 10th house. And also you have Mars in your sign in Libra squaring that Jupiter in your 10th. So I feel like Libras are going to be feeling very fiery, very affirmative of what you want and what you don't want at this time. And there could be something that is really like an opportunity, as something, a development of any kind that presents itself with kind of a lot of speed, and you need to take a very quick decision. Just watch out for excess fire, excess inflammation in the body. Just make sure that your daily habits, especially in September, because we are in Virgo season, are really balanced. And then on September 21st, so 2 weeks later, we're going to have the other eclipse, which is going to be a new moon solar eclipse in the sign of Virgo, and that's going to activate your 12th house. So I feel like the early degrees of Libra, did I say the early degrees? No, the early degrees of Libra will feel this eclipse strongly, because it's in the very last degree of the sign of Virgo. So if your sun is there, let's say 0, 1, 2, 3 degree, you're going to still feel like it's an eclipse on your sun, for example. It could be your moon, it could be your ascendant. And especially if you are an early degree Libra, you're going to feel it like a very pivotal eclipse for you. But for all Libras, you're going to need to let go of old karma, of past actions, of the past in general around this solar eclipse in Virgo. And it's a new moon eclipse, so meaning that everybody's going to open up a new chapter of their lives, but it's connected to the South Node, meaning that to do so, we also need to be letting go of past karma, past lives, patterns, and also the past, what we've been doing over and over again in this lifetime. So letting go of old ways is going to be very, very pivotal, especially for all Libras. Letting go of mental health issues and starting fresh with a new routine, a new mindset, especially if you have been dealing with a lot of stress, anxiety, unconscious, let's say, manifestation of stress and anxiety, which is the 12th house. And again, if physical issues are arising again, it's time to really put your focus and awareness on that, to really address the core reason and rebalance everything in your body, in your ethereal body, in your spiritual body, emotional body. So it's really like aligning mind, body, and spirit. So physical, but also anything that you couldn't see, which is going to likely be related to anything that comes up. And for some, it could be the end of a work that allows you to relax and recharge for a little bit. Let's say you're in a professional transition with those eclipses. This is not necessarily a bad thing because it's going to give you a lot of time to recharge. When we have lots of energies in the 12th house, like it is the case for you guys at the end of September, it's the time that the universe uses to make you recharge your energy. So sleep more, maybe do take naps during the day, do things that recharge you, walk in nature, let's say take a bath, swim if you can. So all of that stuff is going to be very healing for you. And if you feel like there is a pause in things, it's because you're meant to be resting, and it's okay. Also, you're meant to become even more spiritual, to put time and energy into developing your spiritual gifts, being more in touch with your guides, your faith. So there is this idea of a new spiritual beginning with all of what is happening here for you Libras. So the universe is really encouraging you to invest more into your mental health and spiritual health balance at this time. So let's look at the cards for our beautiful Libras.
Oh, okay, we have the card. Transcendence is your card for this month. And I really feel like what you were saying was also their sleep pattern is going to be impacted a lot.
Yeah.
So it says transcendence. You wouldn't be who you are without what you have overcome. Own your story. What you were saying is a lot of overthinking, overwhelming, and just I really see we have the Hangman. So I really see also the change of perspective, the letting go, the accepting. And let's see the second card for you guys. We have the Two of Wands. Interesting. Okay. So with this month, I think it's about finally letting go of something that you have been maybe you maybe had the weight on your shoulders for a moment, and you have to let go of that weight. So it's accepting that maybe a relationship, a job, or maybe a routine, maybe something in your like exercise, also something you have been having the weight of it on your shoulders, and if you let it go, nothing else is going to hold it. So very important that you honor your own energy, that you honor your own limits. And I really feel that it is about time to just let go. That's basically what I'm hearing with your month. I just want to take one more card with this Two of Wands. We have the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune is very karmic. It's destiny. It is things in motion. And I feel like you have been stuck in resisting change for a moment. And that's very clear with having the weight on your shoulders and resisting to let go. So this is normally a card of choice. This is normally a card where we see the horizon and we can see, okay, I can plan this, I can choose this, this is what I have. And instead of seeing the option, it's like you are resisting, you are butting head with, no, there's only one option, I just want this. So this is the month where you allow yourself to say enough is enough, and you allow yourself to move on from this.
Wow. And so, okay, a big month for Libras, almost like if you were in the axis of signs of the eclipses. And also that makes sense because some Libras are born during the month of September. So if that's your case, a very, very happy solar return to you. A very happy birthday. And Libras is all about rebalancing everything. Infusing some more beauty, harmony, love. So it's preparing you in order to have like a very, very fulfilling Libra season solar return. So to gain more balance, to gain more fulfillment out of life in general. So it's time for you to recharge and listen to you. We're sending you so much love, our beautiful Libras. Do make sure you like this video if you did enjoy the content. And we're going to go to our next sign, which is going to be Scorpio. So let's talk about what the month of September holds for you, beautiful Scorpio. So sun, moon, or rising. The first eclipse that we're going to talk about is on September 7th. It's going to be a full moon, total lunar eclipse in the sign of Pisces. And that will activate your 5th house of creativity, children, fun, vacation, hobbies, love, romance. So it's really talking about an important karmic lesson, Scorpios, that is coming to a close, coming to an end regarding your inner child, regarding your sense of creativity, your connectedness with being able to share your spark of joy with the world. So there is an important karmic lesson surrounding that is coming to a close or a culmination around this eclipse. And there is likely something that is leaving your life that wasn't allowing you to really express that inner child, that expressivity, that creativity. So there could be something that comes up and the universe throws at you, and we know that around eclipses, usually the universe is having a bigger role because those are fated events. So it could be around the topics of children, inner child, creativity. If you do have a business, it could also be coming up with the themes of this eclipse: vacations, fun, love, romance. So anything that is making us feel alive, making us feel like we're a child again. So this is the 5th house. And it may be time to put an end to a fun experience or vacation or something that was very, very cool. And now this experience comes to an end because there is this idea of closure with this eclipse. It's a full moon and it's a total lunar eclipse and the last sign of the zodiac. So something is coming to an end. But because the universe is now signaling that it's time now to use your creative energy and your creative spark for a higher purpose. And it's connected with the North Node, your future, your life mission, your destiny. So for some, in rare cases, it could also be the end of a romance. But if that's the case, also it's because the universe has someone better in store for you, again, because it's connected with the North Node. So anything that is leaving your life, any experience that is leaving your life at the moment, it's because there is a destined plan for you with the North Node. That's something more connected, more aligned is coming your way. And remember, at the beginning of the video, we had the High Priestess, so we might not understand exactly what the universe is conspiring, but it's in your favor for sure. So you will need to complete a phase regarding your creativity in order to step into more of your divine purpose. So the 5th house is all about how can you serve using your innate talents, your creativity, your gifts, or your unicity. So you will be getting some divine inspiration around this eclipse. And you will be seeing more clearly what is achievable in reality and what must be let go at this time, because the ruler is Neptune. It's in conjunction with Saturn. So yes, it's super creative, but also at some point we also have the energy of being rooted in reality with Saturn. So you're going to have an idea of what's possible, what's not possible at this time, what is achievable. And you're going to be shown like the very next important step that you need to that needs to be unraveled at this time. And whenever you want to know what it is, you only need to put yourself in that state of being able to channel, of creation, of fun, and you're going to have the information that you're looking for. There could be also a culmination of a phase regarding children. Maybe your children are outgrowing a certain phase with that lunar eclipse. Also, if you have done yourself some inner child work or shadow work, you will now see the rewards of that work, because this eclipse is highly karmic, but also it's connected to the North Node. So being very helpful in that sense with the past work that you've done. Some could also meet a new romantic interests, and some Scorpios could also meet a new teacher that spark your inner inspiration. And then 2 weeks later, on September 21st, we're going to have the other eclipse, which is going to be a new moon solar eclipse in the sign of Virgo. And Scorpios, it's going to activate your 11th house of social events, of friends, of community. So there is likely a new social setting coming to your life, or new friendships that require that you let go of old circumstances, maybe old friends, old social circumstances, old events. Like, you need to change that setting. There is a big change regarding your social environment for sure, Scorpios. And you're going to find new friends that do align even more with your true self. This eclipse, though, is opposed by Saturn, and Saturn is now retrograding into your 5th house until February of next year. So Saturn is kind of sucking the fun out of your 5th house a little bit until the February of next year. But it's also making you more responsible surrounding having fun, yes, but also being rooted in reality. So that could be regarding traveling, fun, activities, hobbies, business. So you will likely around this eclipse be needing to adapt and work harder than expected. Remember, I said sucking the fun out of your 5th house. But so you will be very busy probably with work, with communities, with friends, with social activities, even online projects, social media projects could also be the case. And I feel like a lot of Scorpios are going to change their long-term plans, which is also 11th house at this point, or retirement plans. And a situation from the past could be also leaving your life to allow you to connect in more authentic ways with other people. So both with this eclipses, we're also feeling that we're opening up a new chapter, but also we need to part with old ways of connecting with other people. So let's look at the cards for our Scorpios for the month of September.
Yes. Do you think it could also be to have a scheduled time of fun, like every Friday night we're going out, or
Yeah,
like
especially with Virgo and Pisces, that makes sense. Yeah.
Okay, let's see what we
have disciplined fun with Saturn.
It's better than none.
I love that.
Okay, so we have Divine Emergence for you. This is your card of the month, and it says, it's time to be seen. Don't be afraid of your power and gifts. Okay, so that could be related to when you said that maybe their long-term plan are going to be changing. So let's see what we have there.
And you said like have a schedule for fun, but also with Saturn in the 5th, coming back in the 5th, it's also for some taking a hobby into a job. So like taking something, a passion project, into something that becomes more serious. So for some, it could also be that.
Love it. So we have the 4 of Wands and the King of Wands. Interesting. Yes, I think you're right. You're onto something. For some of you, it can absolutely be about, yes, making a new career. It can be having your own business, starting your own business, or investing in it, being a leader, becoming becoming more a leader, taking the lead in your life, in your life, not professional life, that is, but in your house. So it could be, okay, we're going to deal with this, or we're going to take charge of this. Overall, this energy of creation, of being the leader, of being seen is really there for the month, and it's putting the foundation, and it's also about your home. So I would like to say that if you have a project that has been in your mind, it's a time to act on it. If you want change, this is the month where you have to put the foundation for the change. And it needs to come from you, because we have the cards of Divine Emergence, don't be afraid of your power, it's time to be seen, and we have the King of Wands. So this is absolutely the month where you need to take charge in what you want to see as change. And I think that the rest will follow. You need to just plant the seed, and the rest will follow. There is no limit to what you can do. So there is maybe a change in your day-to-day, in your place of living, in your business, in maybe having children or not, having pets or not, your career, life mission. There's something very big that could start this month. It would be absolutely a loss if you are not believing in yourself this month. So fake it until you make it, but this month really believe in yourself even if you have to fake it at first, because this is where you're going to see results.
Wow, fake it till you make it. I love that, Scorpios. Exciting eclipses, exciting month for sure. So do make sure you like this video if you did appreciate the content, of course, and we are wishing you such a beautiful month, a beautiful eclipse season full of beautiful surprises coming for you. Sending you much love, Scorpios. And now we're going to talk about our next one. So this one is going to be for Sagittarius Sun, Moon, or Rising. Okay, a very important month for you, Saggies, because we have 2 eclipses in angular houses for you. So those are going to be very pivotal changes or fated event that comes your way. The first one is on September 7th. It's a full moon total lunar eclipse in the sign of Pisces that will be activating your 4th house of home and family. So there is a culmination of a phase involving home or your family that likely will come to a close. So some kind of chapter is coming to a close regarding home and family, place of living even. And I feel like there will be lots of healing energy surrounding the theme of family and home. Some Sagittarius could also leave their home or just travel away for around this eclipse. And it's funny because I know a Sagittarius that has planned, unbeknownst to her, a travel date on September 7th to leave her country. So that could be also the case for you, or just kind of changing the let's say your place of living or your living arrangements, or there could be a change along those lines. And eclipses often bring unexpected events also. So you could also be changing last minute plans regarding last minute events. Some also could be needing to let go of a familiar place of living for some. Letting go of a particular living circumstances with some family members, for example, or letting go of old energies in order to make room for new ones. So this one is a lunar eclipse in Pisces. So it's talking a lot about needing to let go of something, needing to let go of old energies, of old karma regarding one place. But also it's connected to the North Node. So whatever work that you're going to be working on, letting go of old karma surrounding home, family, there is an opening, a portal that would open in order to, let's say, direct you even more to your life mission, to your future, to beautiful opportunities that will come your way with the North Node. Also, yeah, we could be letting go of old energies in order to make room for new ones. So if you feel like, let's say, cleansing your home, it's the perfect timing to do so. Let go of old items that you no longer need. For some, it's going to be a new home, because also you have Jupiter, your planet, that's making a trine in your 8th house of mortgage, of loans. So I feel like a lot of Sagittarius might also be purchasing a new place of living, a house, having a new mortgage, or you might decide on a place of living or having like a new living arrangement. Like for some people, it's going to be, let's say, 3 months in that country, 3 other months in another country, for example. It could be a really good timing to have a renovation, a home project, going on. And I feel like a lot of you are going to be reaping the rewards of past shadow work because of that Jupiter in the 8th house, of past therapy, past healing, all the work that you have done on your conscious, on your personal transformation, on your spirituality will pay off at the time of this eclipse. Especially if you did some work regarding like parents, ancestors, inner child, generational energies that are being inherited from generation to generation. So it's the perfect eclipse to be changing the energies at home, letting go of stuff, purify the energy. And then 2 weeks later, we have another eclipse, this time in Virgo, in your opposing sign of, not sign, but house of the 10th house, which is your career, your life mission, your public life. So it's a new moon, so meaning that we will open up a new phase, a new important phase of your career, your life mission, but it's also connected to the South Node, which means that a part of your past regarding, let's say, your status, your public status, your career, your professional goals are going to be left behind at this time. So it's like, yes, in order to step into the newness, we have to let go of something. So you could have a new career opportunities or a new work that comes your way or a new contract, but you also need to let go of an old situation. A lot of Sagis could be taking new career directions around this time, or even new tasks, new jobs, maybe adding a new job to what you're already doing. Let's say you're a freelancer, so you might have like a new client, a new contract. It's definitely a new chapter of your life mission. So you're going to serve in a different way. You're going to help the collective by bringing some new gift, by helping in another way with maybe a new role. Although because it's opposing Saturn's in your 4th house, there is this idea of a lot of responsibilities at home. And until February of next year, Saturn is retrograding back into your 4th house. So there will be extra responsibilities there. So maybe you need to do more renovations at work, more work. Maybe you need to take care of a family member. Maybe there is a lot more energies or limitations around your personal life, responsibilities with home and family that you need to take care of. But a new chapter will allow you to bring more balance to your life, which is the optimal goal here between your personal life and your professional life. And the North Node is in your 4th house of home and family and personal life. So there is a lot of love to pour into your well-being at home in your personal life also. So for a lot of Sagittarius, it could also mean taking less work maybe, or having like a new job or a new set of circumstances professionally that allow you to relax or have more balance and take more time with your family to just recharge. So there is something along those lines with you beautiful Sagittarius. Let's look at the cards, shall we, Sophie, for the month of September.
Perfect. So we have the card of Seraphiel. Okay, and this card is about the heart of devotion. Let the cup of your heart be filled through commitment and dedication. Let's see what we have for you. So we have the King of Pentacles, and we have the Ace of Cup.
Wow, it really talks to me about the astrology, but go ahead.
It's amazing. So the heart of devotion. So yes, I think there could be absolutely the balance between work and home with this, as in you want to make sure that you're satisfied and happy in every part of your life, not just one. And I think that this one is about making sure that your heart is satisfied and making sure that you are safe, secure, happy. So I think you want to review balance between home and career to make sure that you have the right amount of time in each place and maybe more flexibility. The King of Pentacles talks about stability, talks about commitment, talks about longevity for me. The Ace of Cup, there is a new beginning that is started. So something new, something fresh, maybe a new job, maybe a new project, maybe a new partner, or a new way of living in your partnership. It says, let the cup of your heart be filled through commitment and dedication. Yes, with the King of Pentacles, we see commitment, we see dedication. I don't think it is going to be removing from your commitment from work. I just think you're going to seek more balance. I just think you're going to seek more of what makes you happy on a day-to-day. And I think that you're aiming for the perfect life and you're aiming for the dream come true. So in this month, you're really going to think outside of the box to how can you stay committed to your own happiness and to the project that are super important for you, but you're bringing happy and fresh energy to all area of your life, not just one area.
That makes a lot of sense again with the astrology. I love that for Sagittarius, more balance, more time to recharge, better circumstances. So whatever the universe brings for the beautiful eclipse season, it's going to help you honor you even more. So trust the divine. Do make sure you like this video if you did enjoy the content, of course. And we are wishing you such a beautiful month of September full of divine balance and enjoyment. All right, so now let's talk about Capricorn. So this is going to be for Capricorn, sun, moon, or rising. So let's start with this eventful month of September, full of eclipse energy. So the first one is going to be on September 7th. It's going to be a full moon, total lunar eclipse in the sign of Pisces. And for you, Capricorn, it will activate your third house of communication, daily plans, friendships, and learning experiences. So I feel like for Capricorns, the main thing that's going to happen is the end of an important learning experience in your life with the third house. So for some, it could be the end of a course, of a class, but I feel like for most of you, it's going to be, generally speaking, the end of the phase of a karmic lesson, because Pisces is very karmic. And then we have this idea of the lunar eclipse in Pisces, which talks about understanding a lesson, putting an end to it, and then moving on to the next, which is also the third house, is movement. And we also have Saturn that will start retrograding into the sign of Pisces for one last dip for September until February of next year. So we have a lot of past karma that comes up to the surface in order for us to look at it, to understand the big picture, but also to get past it. So for Capricorns, it means that you are not ready to let that go, that past learning, a chapter experience, and to journey towards the next step of your life mission. And especially with the other one that is going to be in your ninth house of divine guidance, of expansion, of spirituality. So September 7th, and of course, this is the exact date, but the eclipses have like a wider orb of energy of almost like a month before and a few months after. So just keep that in mind. Some Capricorns could be letting go of certain friendships or even social circumstances, arrangements, because the third house deals with the busyness, the social life, the everyday life, the movement, the usage of social media even. So there is a letting go of some phase. Maybe you are tired of, like, let's say some superficial relationships or social media, and you're just like, you're done with some kind of specific experience regarding that. Also, there could be like a lot of healing energies, especially if you use your words correctly, which is the third house, which is writing, speaking. So there is a lot of healing energies and manifestation energy around speaking what you want and manifest with your words. So communication will be very important. Also, I would verbalize a lot of the beautiful stuff that you want to manifest, especially around September 7th. The theme of forgiveness is also going to be very important, especially around friends, siblings, coworkers, because we have this energy into your third house. And if you do want, and you do feel like you need to forgive someone in order to go to, like, to move past this situation, do it verbally with your words or write it down. So writing and speaking is going to be very powerful for you guys. You can have also receive announcements, important news around the people around you that are ready to announce. And this eclipse is making a beautiful supportive aspect with Jupiter in your seventh house of partnership and relationship. So the other people are going to bring good opportunities, divine opportunities for collaboration by other people. So you might have like a lot of beautiful, timely, divine opportunities that come your way. Some Capricorns are going to maybe leave school to graduate and up level. And school is not necessarily like an physical establishment, but like a certain school of life that you are ready to graduate and you're ready to go to the next level. Some might start to see clients or more clients, especially also with that trine to Jupiter in your seventh house. So there is definitely this very social energy around this eclipse, and you're going to receive a lot of support from other people. And then 2 weeks later, on September 21st, we have the other eclipse, which is now in the sign of Virgo. And now it's going to activate your ninth house. So there is a beautiful energy, although it's making like a tough opposition to Saturn. The ninth house is a really beautiful place to be having this eclipse. So for Capricorns, there could be new project involving teaching, higher learning, so deepening your knowledge into topics you are passionate about, maybe around spirituality, philosophy, mentoring people, traveling. So there could be a new project that requires you that you let go of old limiting beliefs around like what you are able to do, what you aren't able to do, because the ninth house is very psychological and it really deals with your very unconscious beliefs. So there is an expansion that is possible there, but to make it possible, this new opportunity or expansion of whatever sphere of your life, you really need to let go of something else that is rooted in the past, and especially in lack mentality with Virgo. And I'm not worthy enough for that. But like, I mean, it's very unconscious. So you will need to dive to dig a little bit deeper to really find out what that is. And because it's opposing Saturn in your third house, it's like those mental loops that keep on going in your head. Maybe you're aware of them, maybe you're not yet, but these eclipses are going to make you aware of what kind of thoughts is going through your head on a day-to-day basis that is not serving your best interest. Maybe you need to go to the root cause of it and release that belief. Some Capricorns will maybe enroll in a higher learning facility. There could be also check the paperwork because Saturn is in your third house and retrograde. So there could be like issues or challenges or delays regarding paperwork, maybe legal things, maybe educational project or travel projects. So just really make sure you have the right paperwork available. There could be a new start that will expand your life and maybe your work too. And you just need to let go of something that is preventing you from expanding. So maybe probably something that's rooted psychologically in your beliefs to expand even more of your beautiful light. So this is what I have for Capricorn. Let's look at the cards.
Let's see what we have for September. So your card of the month is Zodiac. And this card talks about trust the unfolding. Absolutely, especially in eclipse season. It says there is no wrong path, only choices that takes you closer to or farther from love. Closer or further from love. Okay, interesting. So let's see with your tarot cards for this month of September. So the first card is the Two of Wands. So this is a choice. And it's interesting because it says there is only choices that takes you closer or further from love.
Wow.
And we have the Six of Cups. So yes, in this eclipse season, you have the big possibility of basically ending something that has been with you for a very long time. And there is a choice, free will. So universe is giving you this enormous opportunity of getting rid of something that has been impacting your life negatively, a pattern maybe from past life, from your childhood, something that you have been stuck in that is blocking your potential. And you have the choice of going for more love, going in the love of yourself, the love of others, or to take you further away from the love. You have the choice, and it's very interesting because we have the Six of Cups as a second card, and this for me represents the past and also the unconditional love. So are you able to remove all of your scenario of adaptability that you have built over time and to strip them away and just go back to love and what it means, the pure love? Or are you going to continue on the same path of criticizing yourself, of judging yourself, being hard on yourself, accepting less than you deserve? I feel like it's a big, big, big test. For some of you, you may already know where it's going to show up because, like Julie said, we're already in the influence 1 month before the eclipse. For some of you already see where this test is going to be. Others, you're going to be surprised. But it is something you already have been in it, and you have possibly been talking about it with your friends and family, possibly been thinking about this a lot. This is the test of, are you going to choose love? I'm not saying love of others necessarily, not choosing toxic situations, but I'm saying the pure love and the love of yourself also.
Wow, profound choices for Capricorns. Wow, I think this is going to be such a profound month. I wish you the most beautiful opportunities delivered by the universe and the easiest month of September possible, because we're all going through this eclipse season, which seems pretty intense. But I feel like for Capricorns, it's going to be a chance to reconnect with that inner love, which I love for you guys. And let us know if you resonate with the readings, and do make sure you like this video if you did. And we are going to switch to our next one, which is Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. So Aquarius, we're going to have such a fun month, I hope, of very intense eclipse energies. So we're going to talk about both eclipses. Let's start with the September 7th one. So this one is going to be a full moon total lunar eclipse in Pisces, and that's going to activate your second house of finances. I feel like it's going to be overall a very positive eclipse for Aquarians, because it's making good aspect to Pluto that just entered your sign of Aquarius, and also to your planet Uranus that is in Gemini. So it's making really good aspects to that, to both Pluto and Uranus. So I feel like Aquarians are going to navigate those changes, those eclipse fated events with ease, and with of course divine help. So this is in your finances. It's a financial house, the second house, but also it's a house of resources. So it's talking about how you choose to invest your time, your money, your energy. There is going to be an important phase ending regarding that investment, that particular model of investment of your money, of your time, of your energy. So there is going to be a big change in your resource management at this eclipse. Some Aquarians, it could be in relation to your work. So some Aquarians are going to be ready to quit a job and up level, maybe professionally speaking, or be ready for a bigger salary, who knows, or bigger, let's say, receiving more financial abundance in some kind of way. It's making a trine to Jupiter, this eclipse, in your sixth house of work. So that's why I'm thinking that for a lot of Aquarians, I feel like it's going to impact their work, but also their revenues in a positive way. So for a lot of Aquarians, there could be a new opportunities for work. But in order to do so, you also need to let go of a past income or a past form of material security, something that you considered secure. So of course, this is a full moon eclipse. So meaning that we're closing out, we're being ready to let go of a particular experience in our lives. And it's also in the sign of Pisces, which is the sign of dissolution. This is the last of the 12 zodiac signs. So there is something leaving, or a phase completed in your life. And for some also, it could be a big investment that needs to be made. And although like I'm talking about a lot about letting go of the end of a phase, it's connected, this eclipse is connected to the North Node, which talks about the future, your next step, your next big move in regards to your life mission and your soul's journey. So whatever is ending at this time, it's because the universe is redirecting you to something bigger, better, and more aligned. So the universe, with whatever's going on around this eclipse, is prepping you for the next big step of your life mission. And you are getting ready to offer your new talents to the world, because the second house can also deal with talents. And by that, I mean also how you will invest your time and energy in order to serve and be able to really share your talents with the world. So for some Aquarians, it can also mean that you're going to start your own business, and you might need to make like a first investment in order to start this new project. But whatever investment of yourself that resonates now at the time of this eclipse is the path that the universe is guiding you towards to step to the next phase of your life. So there is going to be a next investment of your time, money, and energy that is needed from you in order to serve better and to be more aligned. So 2 weeks later, we're going to have another eclipse, and this one is going to be on September 21st. This is going to be a new moon solar eclipse in the sign of Virgo, and it will activate this time around your 8th house of transformation. So this one is going to be more challenging for most of us because it's opposing Saturn. Saturn is also your traditional ruler. So I feel like it's going to really challenge you personally, Aquarians. And the 8th house is also a financial house. It's talking about potential financial challenges or changes that you need to find. You need to find like a solution in order to rebalance maybe your finances. I feel like some Aquarians might need to, oh, the light is really intense here. Let's see if I can. No, okay, it's coming from above. Okay.
Very Aquarius-like.
There might be a special message here. You're going to be able to shine more of your light here, whatever is coming true. I feel like some Aquarians could be needing to contract a mortgage, a loan. So it's a new moon. So meaning like a new project, something like a new possibility is arising for you Aquarians in your 8th house. So maybe getting a loan, getting financial help, financial counsel even, or a mortgage of a loan, like I said. I feel like there's going to be likely a new project that involves the investment of other people. So you might be starting a new project with other collaborators, other investors, which is also the 8th house, or like, let's say you're co-owner of a new business. So you both need to invest equally time, money, energy into that new project. So there's going to be a new investment that is linked with other people around this time. Or other people's money also. Some could also start like a new therapy, a new healing journey because it's in the 8th house. You will need to release a lot of past baggage because although at this time of this eclipse, we're opening up a new phase, it's a new moon eclipse, it's connected to the South Node, which talks about like you need to release something that doesn't allow you to open up this new chapter. So there is this, let's say, parallel energy of going into the unknown, but also letting go of the past. So there is, and with the 8th house, I love seeing the South Node there because it means that it will be easier to release anything that's been heavy from the past. So past baggage, traumas, unpleasant experience from the past. So you're going to be really able to release that with more ease in order to open up a fresh new chapter. And Saturn, yes, will be dipping its toes back into your 2nd house on September 1st until February of next year. So that will be like the last dip of Saturn back into your 2nd house of finances. So there is this restructuration of your resources that's going to be needed. There might be also past karma involving like your relationship to money that will have to dealt with. And it's making a trine to Uranus, your planet, in the 5th. So I feel like the goal for Aquarius is going to be to get creative with creative solutions, with whatever comes up. And I think it's also the perfect time to start your dream business or get fresh new ideas, solutions, and new innovative projects. I feel like you're going to be very, very inspired with also how you could use your resources with that project. So let's look at the cards for Aquarians.
Okay, so we have karmic release. You mentioned it, and we have the full moon, I think, behind. So very interesting that we have this. It says it's time to release what's holding you back and step into more radiant self. Exactly.
With the light.
Yes. Well, let's see what we have with tarot also. So we have the 2 of Cups. And we have the Hermit. So I think that what it talks about is how you live your relationship in general, in all aspects, how you enter. You mentioned investment. It could be how you invest with others, your time, your resources. It could be also how you relate to others. It could be your karmic partners. It could be twin flame relationship. It could be past life connection. I think that we have the Hermit also. I think you let go of the old you and the old karma to free yourself to a new soul searching with this, just rediscovering who you are and letting space to create a new you. You're letting go of lifetimes of karma within this month to make sure that this life is different from the other ones, to make sure that in this time you have the opportunity to create more, to push your limits, to achieve more of what you came here to be doing. So it says to release what what has holding you back, to be more radiant, so to be more seen, to attract more of the positive. Your vibration is going to change. So don't be afraid of closing doors, and don't be afraid of ending when there is unfinished business, to get closure, to reconnect with old people when you think that this is necessary also, because there is something through relationship that you're really going to learn, let go, and make space. And maybe some of them are meant to come back, maybe some of them are meant to be going away, but a lot of karmic release is going to happen, and a new you is going to emerge.
Wow. Very profound, very beautiful. I love that for Aquarians. Let us know what you think in the comments, and also do make sure you like this video if you did enjoy this content. And we are wishing you such a beautiful eclipse season, Aquarians. You guys bring such beautiful light to the world and unicity. So I think these eclipses are going to be highly working in your favor. So sending you much love. And we're going to talk about our last sign. So for Pisces, sun, moon, or rising. Wow, Pisces, I hope you guys are ready. I hope this Pisces rising Virgo sun is in for a ride. Yes. So as you probably know already, we're having eclipses in your sign for a year and a half. So this is a very important eclipse season that we're having in September, especially for Pisces. Virgo and Pisces are going to be the stars of the show. And if you have, like Sophie, both Virgo and Pisces, then you're a big star of the show. So, but rest assured, I think it's going to be very positive. So let's start September 7th. We have the second eclipse of this series in your sign in Pisces. And this one will be a full moon total lunar eclipse in Pisces. So for you in your first house. So activating your sense of self, your sense of identity, your personal projects, your overall life direction is your first house. So this is going to be a very pivotal one. Yeah, so we've had already one eclipse in Pisces in September of last year. This one is the second one, and then we're going to have a final one in 1 year from now. So we're in the middle of that huge transformation process come this eclipse. And this one makes a beautiful trine to Jupiter. So I think it's going to bring you lots of beautiful opportunities to transform, to transcend a lot of maybe issues, past issues. And we're going to be having like such a beautiful opportunity to let go of past karma, past hardships with this Jupiter. So of course it's in your first house, it's in your house of self. So Pisces, you are at this time letting go of an old version of yourself, letting go maybe of a past role that you used to play. Maybe you were, let's say, you thought that in order to be accepted by other people, you needed to play that specific role. So now you've become more conscious of that, and you're no longer willing to play any role. You're just willing to play yourself, who you came here to be. Some could be letting go of a past identity or of a past way to present yourself to other people. And you will have a better idea of who you want to be in the future as well, with the North Node being in your sign and what you are truly destined for. So I know for a lot of Pisces, this remains a mystery for most of your life, because Pisces rules mystery, fog, dreaming. So a lot of you guys have like a very fertile imagination. You have a lot of psychic gifts. So sometimes you're unaware how to discern what's real, what's your imagination, what's your intuition. So with the North Node there, I think you're going to have a lot more clarity about like what you're meant to become in the future. What's the next step of your life mission? I think this eclipse will be pivotal for that for Pisces. And you're going to go through like a very important metamorphosis of yourself. And with that, there is also changes in your relationships, in your way to relate to other people, to commit to other people, to have a healthier relationship, because they're based on truth. They're based on more authenticity on your part. You're no longer trying to be someone else in order to please, for example, or you're no longer idealizing other people. So you're able to show up in a more real or true manner to other people. So that changes your relationship dynamic. I think a lot of Pisces are going to become less of people pleasers, knowing yourself more, what you need in a relationship, honoring your boundaries, which is a big one for Pisces. And I'm saying that because your planet Neptune is now in a conjunction with Saturn, the planet of boundaries. So it's teaching you that. And Saturn dips back into your sign as of September 1st until February of next year, to really, let's say, solidify that karmic lesson of holding your boundaries and knowing what's yours and what's not yours, and having like not being so, let's say, influenced or overwhelmed by other people's energy. So for Pisces, there is this big up level at the time of this eclipse in regards to your life mission. So the universe will really show you the next big chapter of your life. It could be happening through dreams, through vision, through meditation, through any kind of psychic nudge. Each of you guys have like your own ways to connect with your team. And because you also have a trine to Jupiter in your 5th house, I feel like Pisces, you're going to feel a lot more creative, inspired, uplifted. I feel like you're going to be able to really channel in a very fun way what is the next part. And I feel like this next part of your life mission is going to feel uplifting, fun, and inspiring. And if you feel like that, it's because it's the right thing that you're channeling. And I feel like some will even transform a passion into something more important at the time because of that Jupiter in your 5th house. And for single Pisces, there is definitely a new romance potential, especially with the eclipses and leading to more committed relationship. Anytime we have eclipses in our axis of sign, there is this big potential for, let's say, committed partnership, relationship developments in that regards. Okay, 2 weeks later, we have the other eclipse, this time in your relationship department. This is going to be on September 21st. This is a new moon solar eclipse in Virgo in your 7th house. So there is a new beginning in your relationships that ask of you to release the past. So we're opening up a new phase, but it's with the South Node. So talking a lot about past karma, the past in general, our past relationships, but also what we brought on from past lives. So we're going to be releasing old patterns regarding the self, regarding relationships. Maybe they're from childhood, maybe they're from other lifetimes, but there is a lot of karmic energy in the partnership and relationship department that needs to be let go of. Also, there is also definitely lots of karmic energy in the relationship department. So there could be karmic partners that could return one last time, one last round, because Saturn will be dipping its feet one more time into Pisces, is retrograding from September until February next year. So there could be other, let's say, nudges from the universe if you have some chapters that are still waiting for some kind of closure at the time of this eclipse and until February of next year. So, but at the time of this eclipse, there is definitely an opportunity to start fresh, either with a new collaboration, a new partnership, a new relationship. But in order to do so, you must release old ways of doing that may be feeling familiar, even though they might be toxic or addictive. Maybe it's codependency, maybe it's idealization, the partner. They might feel familiar because it's what you've known all your life. But now the universe is like, no, you're ready to upgrade to a healthier relationship and partnership. Healing also old relationship patterns. For example, for Pisces and Virgo, this axis, it could be giving too much over idealizing your partner, looking for a savior in order to avoid responsibilities, that sort of things is calling for a lot of healing. Also, there could be a new work project with a partnership, or that has to do with a relationship. Maybe you have a new relationship project as well. And for people that work with a clientele, there could be a new clientele coming in, and the need also to let go of an old one that's parallel to that. And this eclipse will be opposed to Saturn, so this is not going to be an easy one necessarily. So there could be blockages, delays, challenges. The universe is definitely going to test us and challenge us with outside circumstances, but it's also an opportunity for Pisces to get more in touch with reality, with responsibilities, with this idea of needing to ground your ideas and project into tangible structures. Make realistic plans, make realistic work plans, be more organized, make also relationship plans. So you will need to be more even like a Virgo than a Pisces if you are a Pisces sun, for example. So let's look at the cards for this important month for Pisces.
Okay, let's see what we have for September. We have the inner workings. Yes, that's very Pisces. And the card says, there are hidden truths below the surface. Dig deeper. And that's the Pisces energy. And let's see with tarot cards what we have for this month. So the first card is the Mother of Water, the Queen of Cups. So very Pisces energy. And we have Three of Swords, doubts. So I think that there is going to be a deep cleansing of the subconscious happening. And I think it's going to happen through emotions. So yes, it could be closing up doors. It could be getting closure. It could be therapy. There's a lot of clarity that is coming with going deeper with your emotions. And I think that this is going to be a very big, profound month to release some hurt, to heal your heart. It's not just your heart. It's way deeper than this. It's the mind, it's the heart, it's the connection between your subconscious belief, your heart, in your life. It's very, very big. But this is a month where the eclipses are going to really help you to go within and to put some kind of structure, clarity, organization, and to really shed a light on what is happening with your mind and with your emotion, and the link between patterns and the link between what is happening in your life. I think that overall Pisces is going to get a lot more of intuition by getting energy leaks out of their ways. And it's going to give you a lot of clarity, a lot of inner power and strength, because basically this year is about making, creating, and pushing the light workers to step into their power. And I think Pisces, it's why this is happening, is to make you a stronger light worker, but it needs to come with making you strong enough so you're able to help others. And it starts with removing energy leaks, and removing the hurt from your emotions.
Profound month for Pisces. Wow, but it seems like it's going to be a very, very important one. So we are sending you so much love, so much healing energies to go through eclipse season in the best possible way, with the most ease possible to go through all the learning lessons from the universe. So we are sending you a lot of love. Do make sure you like this video if you did enjoy the content, of course. And have a beautiful eclipse season, everybody. Let us know in the comments what you think, and we'll see you very soon. Bye, everyone.